welcome back everyone to this October horror marathon. I will be searching for some of the greatest horror movies of all time and reviewing them individually, each as a different video in this marathon. Today's video might be a bit of a long one, as I'm covering a video that I do have a lot of praise for, and it's actually a movie that can be quite a family favorite here at my house. I truly believe this is an American horror movie that is done right, and it is The Conjuring. The Conjuring is a popular horror movie in America where two paranormal investigators go to perform an exorcism on a terrifyingly haunted house. With minimal gore and cursing, and absolutely no sex, The Conjuring captures its R rating upon scares alone. The director of the famous movie Saw proves that he could break out of the genre of torture and create a brilliantly terrifying movie. The Conjuring has all the pieces of an American classic. A haunted house, a family scared for their lives and unable to leave, and an exorcism. Nothing on the surface of this movie seems to be inventive, but once you start to watch it, you get to realize why this is really a good movie. How The Conjuring plays off what we are told to be a true story adds much more to the atmosphere and the fears of its viewers. Unlike many horror movies that follow the same theme, The Conjuring keeps its pace and never slows down or breaks up while you're watching. It is constantly scary and on edge. There is no climatic point in the film because it keeps itself climatic throughout, leaving the audience always on the end of its seat. But other than all this, why is The Conjuring on my list? Why did I decide to show you guys this movie? And why is it here in the marathon? At first, I didn't want to see this movie because of its theme. It's very much so overdone in the horror, population in general. It seemed to me like a surface horror movie with topics that had already been way overdone in America. However, my brother did convince me to watch it eventually. It's hard to get scared easily when watching a horror movie on my computer rather than a big screen. Or at least, it is that way for me. And recently I haven't been getting scared much. I've been binge watching a lot of horror movies in order to prepare for this marathon in particular, and I didn't really think that The Conjuring would scare me, and I definitely didn't think it would make it onto this list because of how normal it is. While the movie definitely didn't mortify me, and a lot of movies don't mortify me, it truly had me on edge, not only because of the scares, but because of the plot too. I really like the two paranormal investigators. I think that they're interesting, I think that the actors are really great, and I'm happy that there's an entire series built around them because I really look forward to being able to see the second Conjuring and being able to come back and see characters that I'm familiar with. I also loved how it took place in the 70s, and with the style and monotone brown colors it used, the film gave a very cold feeling, while the camera angles also matched its beauty and the style of the film. It didn't really rely on shaky camera angles to make it scarier, and all the camera angles were unique and interesting, and it showed you the full effect of the scare rather than just scaring you with random nonsense. Conjuring is a movie that truly gives me hope for American horror films, and it shows that not all hope is lost for the horror industry here and in today's time. So, of course, I have a lot to say about this movie. And The Conjuring takes heavy inspiration from many great horror movies before it, such as The Exorcist and Amityville Horror. Many say that The Conjuring doesn't bring anything new to the table whatsoever. As an example, and just for fun, because I feel like this video is a little bit too serious right now, I have brought to you some of the hate the movie have gotten, and I am going to be quoting some reviews on IMDb written by some guy named Dalbert Pringle from New Zealand, who's I'm pretty sure is not real, but I wanted to read you guys his criticism because I thought it was stupid. Here, I quote, "Unless you're a gullible Catholic-minded wienerhead, oops, sorry, then don't ever believe in this film's pious propaganda and allow it to con you into thinking that its story was anything else but a bare-faced pack of lies. 'Cause that's all it was. And if you view Holy Sanctimony in a similar way as I do, then The Conjuring will surely leave you with more than just a little tiffed by its completely demented, over-the-top exorcism rubbish, as well as its totally insulting, self-righteous, religious overtones. The Conjuring is an ultimate mess of an exorcism movie cliches that sucked to heaven and hell and beyond. And after you see the utter nonsense that this film expects one to swallow and accept at face value, I guarantee that it'll make a true disbeliever out of you, as it did me." But hey, regardless of the negative reviews, The Conjuring is a movie that stays with people as one of the best horror movies in the past 10 years. Funny, but this guy is probably not a real person. Dalbert Pringle, I don't think that's a real name. So it's clear that you either hate or love the movie, and it's very clear that I like the movie. And I'm extremely excited to see the second one and see Annabelle and all these great movies that followed it and take place with the same characters, because I actually like the characters a lot. And regardless of its negative reviews, do you think that The Conjuring is the greatest horror movie of all time? Do you think that it pulls off the tropes of an American horror movie well enough to become that? Or do you think that it brings nothing new to the table and it's a horrible movie and should just be ignored on this list? Leave me your thoughts below.